Today I'll be showing you how to use fonts that you have downloaded and use them along with CSS with the add font phase. One might ask, why would you want to use fonts that you downloaded? Well, the computer only comes with a handful of fonts, and that would have to be downloaded on the user's computer. So it's only a few of them. So if you want to have a wider range of fonts that you can use on your web application, web app, you can just use fonts that you downloaded. So let's just get into it. So my favorite place to get fonts is Google Fonts, but there are plenty more sites where you can get fonts for mahala nje. For those who didn't understand, for free. So let's look for fonts that we can use. Okay, kind of like this one. Let's download it or use it. I'll be showing you two different fonts. Let's look for something that says I am a downloaded font. I'm not the usual. Let's keep looking. Something that's in your face. Okay, this one will just be fine for the demonstration. Now that I have downloaded these fonts, I will use them. Let's just go here. Let's just create the folder where we're going to be having our HTML code. Let me call this font base. And this will house my fonts. So I guess now let's just make an index page. Yes. Okay, I did a bit of left. Okay, let's just make our styles file .css. There we go. Let's just open this up on Visual Studio Code. You can use any text editor that you have available to you. So now let's just start drafting up some HTML. Caps lock, why are you doing this? There we go. Let's just go and have a head. Inside we can have a title. Let's just have a font face. That's the title. Let's go ahead and have our code here. So in here we can just have our first div. Plus, let's just call this default font. I'm going to be making this to show you some of the default fonts that we have available to us by default. And let's make the first one for first font. Okay, let's give it a class of font phase one. Have another one here. Div class font phase two. What can we have here? We can just have a shader one. Which one? Hmm. I realize I made a mistake here. Okay, let's solve this up. On you need is to be happy. Let's copy this. Here, here. Now let's go ahead and link up our CSS style sheet. Then styles. So now that we have linked our CSS, now what we have to do is start playing with the fonts. Let's go take our fonts. I wonder who named this font Salsa. In case you didn't know, someone named it after a salad. The person that made that font should have loved us. Definitely loved that salad. Yeah, let's just go back to it. Let me extract all this. Let's just go ahead. Most fonts, you get them with a TTF, but there's more than one font types that you get, font type files that you get. So for now, we'll just take this one, go to our HTML folder, paste it up. Now we can go to this one, let's font to text font, and we also paste it here. So now we are good to go. If you check here, your fonts are here. We'll just be exporting them. So we're going to be using the font face. There it goes. Visual Studio filled it up for me. So let's name it Salsa. Then now you're going to include the path where you find the font, where it is. Let's take the other font face. Now let's just call this, what's the name of the font? Ahubi. Now we can go ahead and include our classes here. Just going to say font family. Oh, it says font size. It's okay. I'll just take this larger. Font family. Now we're going to be using the same name that we used here. We're going to be calling it out here. So let me just leave it like this. Let me copy, paste. big. So for this one, I said it will be the default. So we use some of the default fonts that we have here. Font size, let's do it larger so we can all see it. And let's just choose. So you see the fonts that you have available to you. There's other fonts. But for now, let's just choose Cassie so you can see the difference. So now we can just go ahead, save this up, go back. Now let's open this with Google Chrome. There you go. There are your different fonts. If you look at them, you'll see the difference with your fonts. Let me just change a little few things here. Now we can just go ahead and see margin. Let's leave it to auto. I want to leave that in the middle with 8%. Let's just copy and paste all this. Copy and paste all this. We save. Hmm. Something was a bit off. So if you see this, this is the default font. Now I see my mistake. I use this again and again. That's the problem with copy and paste. So now with this, we'll be able to see the default font, the font phase one, and the font phase two. It's also the Hobi and the monospace. So if you just go ahead and refresh this, so you'll see this font is monospace. This is a salsa. This is a Hobi. So now we have exported fonts from the internet. Let's just change the colors here. Okay, let's just leave this to blank. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you can see the differences in these two fonts that you have exported.